Hello and welcome to part 5, and this is the last part for week 3 of the Node.js course here at Hack Your Future. This will be a brief part where we go over the homework and see what's there to be done. So again, we have 4 parts in the homework. We have the first part, which is only for practice. So this is something you do not have to submit. Then we have in part 2, we have some easy exercises for you to do. So we have one exercise with the API and another exercise which is about APIs, but this time about authentication, which is something we didn't really talk about during the lecture. So it's good to have some practice with that. Then we have another API exercise where you would need to read some documentation to understand how to use a certain API. And then finally, we have a very simple example with handlebars, that you have some idea, get some practice with how to use handlebars. Now again, this exercise, the goal is to practice what we learned during the lecture, and the idea is that they're a bit easier than all the things that we did during the lecture because you need to do them on your own. And there are here very detailed instructions on what you need to do step by step to finish the homework. All 4 exercises from part 2 you would need to submit. Part 3 is a code along. I don't have to explain this. We have seen this every week. We have a code along part. You do not have to submit the code along, but I really suggest to do this code along, especially this one, because it actually looks into how you can send emails from a web server. This is a very useful knowledge to have, because sending emails is like something that you have in almost every single web app out there. There is an email to notify you for something, if you forgot your password, if you want to change your password, all kinds of things are communicated by email. It's basically the primary tool you have to communicate with users. It's really good to have some practice on how this can be done with code. So in this case, using Node.js, how you can send an email from a Node.js app. I really recommend to try out this code along and at least see how, get some idea of how this is done. And finally, yeah, you have to finish the project, which is called Hacker Temperature. So at the end of this week, the app needs to be working exactly as it was shown at the beginning of week 1. So you'll put now all the parts together and make sure that everything is working and looking nice. And yeah, part 4, again, you have to submit your project, your completed project. And that's it again. So you have to submit part 2 and part 4. Part 1 and part 3 you do not have to submit. Now, before you come in next week, make sure to go and check out the database course, because there is some preparation that you need to do before you can actually start the course. You need to install uh, some software on your laptop, so make sure to check out the instructions there. Go to the database course in GitHub and check out the instructions, what you need to install. Make sure that that is installed before you go into the lectures. If you have any problems with installing that, reach out to one of the mentors in that class or just post in Slack anywhere, everywhere. We will read it and we'll try to help you out. Without having this software installed, you cannot start and join the lectures. So make sure you have that. It's really the most important thing you have to do. Okay, I hope you had fun and I see you at the Q&A. Bye.